Hey guys! I've been quiet for a half a year or so on the gravel side of things, and you probably wondered why. Well, the reason for that is I no longer have my aluminium Cannondale Topstone. Yes, that green bike that you all loved and which served me well for over 2 years. And I'm hoping that it will serve well to my father-in-law who now rides it. And in these 2 years, the gravel market has moved so far. There are so many new bikes, frames, components, new technology that I decided it's a good time to move on and find something new. By the way, for all my videos I create chapters, so you can use the timeline to jump between the chapters. So if you want to jump straight to the part where I'm unboxing the new frame, you can do that. But if you want to listen why I've chosen this frame, then stay here. Now, when I just started the search, the list of wishes or what I want from the frame was already quite long, but as I moved on, the list only grew further. First, it should have fully invisible cable routing. It should have big tire clearance, as I'm planning to use it for cyclocross races which can get really muddy. I want it to be reasonably light. What I mean by that is less than 1200 grams. Have threaded bottom bracket that takes 30mm and dub cranks, ideally T47. I wanted to have a classic fun gravel cyclocross geometry. I wanted to have short chainstays, not longer than 425mm. It needs to take standard non-aero round 27.2 seat post and standard stem. Finally, and the most important point, it needs to look awesome. So as you can see, the list is quite long, and while the market is flooded with new gravel frames, I was struggling to find any that would tick all the boxes. Let's go through some options that I was thinking of. Open wide, no invisible cable routing and press fit bottom bracket. Specialized diverge, again no invisible cable routing and a long geometry. I'm also not a big fan of their front suspension system. Same problem with carbon Cannondale Topstone, and also the tire clearance is quite small, especially if you want to do cyclocross racing on it. Scott Gravel Addict has a narrow seat post and also a long geometry. So believe me, I looked at a whole bunch of other frames, even some boutique brands, and the closest option that I managed to find was the new Track Checkpoint SL frame set. It was almost perfect, and I even bought a 56 frame set, but there were two problems. Problem number one, the 56 frame has 58.4 centimeter horizontal top tube measurement, and also the chainstays are 435mm, which is really long. And for all the bike brands, if you're watching this video, guys, come on, let's make gravel fun again. But the second problem, and what I couldn't live with, was the weight of that frame. It was 1494 grams for a 56 centimeter carbon frame, and this is just 100 grams lighter than my aluminium Cannondale Topstone that I had. So sorry, Track. So I basically returned that frame and got back to my search. If you know the frame that ticks all the boxes, let me know in the comment down below. I was a bit disappointed with the results of my search and the fact that I couldn't find the frame that ticks all the boxes, and I almost gave up. But on one sunny day, and I actually don't remember whether it was a sunny day or not, but that's not the point. The point is that 6 months later, give me a second, I got this box delivered to my flat. Woohoo! Now for all the unboxing videos lovers, I obviously opened this box in the first 10 seconds when it arrived. I wouldn't wait for the video, but just for you guys. Here we go. Obviously it was packed much better than this. This is SYRE Pancake Gravel Frame Set, the new play on the market. And this frame looks amazing. If you haven't heard of SYRE before, these frame sets are handmade in St. Petersburg. They are also painted there, and you have, I wanted to show like how many colors they have, but basically they have 15 colors for you to choose from. I haven't seen this offered by any other brand. And to make the final build look even better, I have a Bontrager XXX carbon stamp in the matching Gulf blue color. I'll use this Cannondale cone spacer. Now let's go through my checklist and see whether this frame ticks all the boxes. You've probably previously seen or heard of the forks with D-shaped steer tube, which allow you to pull the cables through the headset bearings. But guys in SYRE decided to go with their own solution. They designed this oval, let's call it, shaped steer tube. This allows this frame set to be used with any handlebar and stamp combo, which is great because you have a great selection of products on the market and you don't have to stick to the proprietary stem or handlebar. Second in my list was big tire clearance, and guys from SYRE are saying that this frame supports 50mm tires on 700C wheels and 2.5-inch tires on 650B wheels. That's very impressive, but so let's try whether this will fit. I also wanted my gravel frame set to be light, and when I say light, I kind of set myself a threshold of 1200 grams plus the fork of 500 grams-ish. So let's check how much this frame set weighs. 1157 grams. This is not including the seat clamp and the hanger, but let's add them on. This is the hanger, this is the seat clamp. 504 grams. This is with uncut steer tube, and also you don't need a fork bung, which usually weighs from 30 to 50 grams on its own. I'm really happy with these weights. It's lighter than Open Wide in the same size. It's also lighter than 3T Explorer, the frames that I think are comparable to this one, but don't have all the features of this frame set. I'm not comparing it to, let's say, new Specialized Crux, which is really light, yes, but it doesn't have internal cable routing, it doesn't take as big tires as this frame set, and it doesn't have all these features that this frame offers. So I'm pretty happy with my choice. SYRE comes with T47 85mm wide bottom bracket. I really like this standard. It's probably my favorite standard on the market right now, and I can see the brands moving to this standard, like for example Track new frames come with T47 bottom brackets. Next point in my list was the frame should have a standard gravel geometry, and what I mean by that, for example, this 55cm frame has, surprise surprise, 55cm horizontal top tube, not 57, not 58 like some of the new frames on the market, but 55. It needs to be short and it needs to ride fun, and that's what I wanted from the frame. So next in my list, short chainstays. Again, this all contributes to the way frame behaves, and I like frames with short chainstays, more fun to ride. The requirement number 7 was I wanted the frame to be designed for the standard non-aero round 27.2mm seat post, and the reason for that, I want to be able to use this frame set with any of these 3 options. The first option is Beyond ultralight seat post with Beyond fully carbon saddle. This combi is extremely light, so if I want my setup to be super light, I just install this seat post and the saddle, and here you go. In certain situations I might need a dropper. This is RockShox XPLR reverb IXS dropper with 75mm drop. I use it on my Cannondale FSI mountain bike, and the good thing about the wireless dropper is that you can take it from one bike and just put it on another bike. Simple as that. Install it in the frame and you're good to go. And by the way, this is the new Bjorn Probka saddle. It has carbon base with the cork padding. I'm yet to test it, but it looks really cool. And finally, the combo I will be using most of the time, I think, is the Redshift Sports suspension seat post. This is a pro version, it's much lighter than the standard one. And also Bjorn Setka saddle with the 3D printed padding. This combo is extremely comfortable. And again, 27.2 standard diameter. You just insert it in the frame, good to go. This adds so much versatility to your gravel build that if you also have two sets of wheels, let's say 650B wheels with wide tires and then 700C with 40mm, you can cover such a wide range of terrain and pretty much go anywhere on this bike. And finally, the last but definitely not least point from my list was needs to look awesome. And I don't know how about you, but I'm totally blown by the looks of this frame set. It has clean lines, understated graphics, some really cool hidden details, no holes for cables, and also this Gulf blue color is absolutely amazing. And it's actually a legendary color that Gulf Oil racing team used to paint their Porsche cars. Don't have a Porsche, but at least I have a really cool gravel bike. So just to conclude, guys, this frame really ticks all the boxes and meets all my requirements. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this frame set, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because in the next video I will be building this beauty and I have some really nice components and some interesting solutions, so you won't be disappointed. Stay tuned, see you in the next video.